Hello, everyone. Welcome to CSUN's volleyball tournament. Today's matchups will be the men's teams from colleges around Southern California. CSUN hosting the Channel Islands, Claremont, Fullerton, Moorpark. Right now, the matchup about to begin is CSUN's A team versus Moorpark's A team. It's going to be on the middle court right now, as you can see on your screen. A team's starting lineup: number 10, Andrew Flores. Number 9, Thomas Ngoyen. Number 0, Sansar Nayam Dagva. Number 13, Steve Palasi. Number 4, Gage Petroni. Number 12, Sean Thielen. Number 5, Deshaun Thornhill. Number 21, Matthew Johnson. Number 24, Kevin Morales. We were not provided with rosters, names, or numbers for the visiting teams, so I'll just refer to them by number. Right now, the other game going on right in front of us, the one our camera is not pointed to, is Fullerton versus Claremont. Claremont will face CSUN's B team right around 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30. Warm-ups are wrapping up here. Ooh, I'm glad that wasn't on camera. Someone in the audience just got hit with a ball. A ball is yet to go on the third floor, up over the wall of the balcony that we are perched at. And the teams that are not currently playing are the ones officiating. Hopefully there's no bias going on. Hear the whistle blow. Starting lineups are gathering on the sidelines. So Matadors will start on the left side of the screen, or the left side of the net. Then Moorpark A will start on the right. And then for game 2, Moorpark will switch to the left, CSUN will switch to the right, and if there's a game 3, it will go back to where it starts for game 1. Game 3 will only go to first to 15, and the team must win by 2, otherwise the score keeps going up by 1 until a winner is declared with a 2-point victory margin. The electronic scoreboards are not in use. Those are only the little flip scoreboards operated by someone at the table. And a lot of these courts have phones set up on tripods, and we've seen them get not just knocked down, but knocked out of the holder as well. And we don't like to see broken smartphones, that's for sure. Some of the players have names on the back of their uniforms, some don't. Play has begun here. Home team, Matador serve, bopping it up. First point goes to Moorpark. Serving is number 6. Up, soaring towards the back. Tipped. Here it goes again. A good, big mistake there. Thielen had a chance to put his hands up and give his team a chance, but thought it was going out. It bounces in. CSUN trails by 2-0 so far. There's Nguyen. Oh, down it goes. 3-0, Moorpark. Pouring towards the left corner. Nguyen being up. They almost do a fake spike. CSUN gets on the board. Going back to serve it will be Thielen. During warm-up, several players struggled to get it over the net. They were practicing serves. Nice dive by Nguyen. They keep it alive. Fails to go over the net. Thornhill doesn't quite have the height on the leap. 4-1 Moorpark. Back to serve will be number 16. Again, playing at the front. Did a good job there. Made him think. 4-2 Moorpark. Andrew Flores, number 10, is serving, wearing a white jersey with black numbers, the opposite color pattern of everyone else on the team. There's Thielen covering the back. Didn't have the reflexes. Matadors once again trail by 3. Goyen. Goyen did a good job of giving Johnson a shot there. Looked like they thought the ball almost bounced on the ground. The Moorpark players stopped, but they kept it going, realizing it didn't. But it went out anyway. Nice spike by Johnson to trim their deficit down to 1 point. And none of Moorpark's players were ready for that one. Barely grazing the net there. The serve from number 3. That's Arnell Skillman. 6'4" Moorpark. That went right to the arms of waiting Thielen, who was just waiting there. 6'5". Matadors have not led in this matchup so far. The only tie has been at 0-0. Comes the serve. Oh, and it gets off the top of the net, but goes over. Well, Ngoyen, nice. Nearly hitting a player on the bench. But they're ruling it out, saying that it was not hit by a Moorpark player before going out, so it's 7-5. Looked like it nearly grazed the top of a hand. They're waiting for the ball. Comes a serve from Moorpark number 3. And it goes out. Good eye there by Andrew Flores. Not thinking about it, decides against it. They're awarded a point. Oh, Matthew Johnson, once again, looking to make a move, saw it was going behind him. That was on number 4, Petroni. Didn't quite have the reflexes for it. 8-6 Moorpark. It's a softer serve compared to before. Thielen hitting it over. There goes the spike and out of bounds, 8-7. After Moorpark jumped out to an early lead, Matadors have kept the score 2 since then. 2-point game since then, but haven't been able to tie it. There's a campfire going on. That's when several players gather around it, but no one is saying, hey, I'll hit it. They're just waiting for someone else to. A good effort there, but goes out of bounds. 9-7 Moorpark. And that bounces out. Once again, good eyes by the Matadors playing on the right side. Some of these serves from CSUN have struggled to go over the net. And there's the Matadors that finally tied it up at 9 apiece. Thielen serves. A couple of Moorpark thought it wasn't going over. It was. Good eye out in the front there by CSUN. The hit was just a little off. It's going to be 10-9 Matadors still have not led in this game. (16) for Moorpark will serve. Barely gets up. Matador still able to get over the net. A spike after only 2 hits. Comes again. Thornhill and Ngoyen right at the front. Good effort, but Moorpark leads by 2 again, 11-9. Good eye by Flores. Once again, lets it go out. And both teams have reached double digits. Looks to be a competitive matchup to the end. Flores, here comes a spike from Thornhill. Going towards the end, but number 6 of Moorpark was ready for it. And they're calling it dead. Point awarded to Moorpark. Number 1, left-handed, so he'll be serving from the left side of his court. First one to do so. 12-11. Moorpark still leads. Nice aggressive serve there by, that was number 3, Arnell Skillman. Once again, the game is tied, 12 apiece. Skillman with an appropriate name. On that serve, Matador takes their first lead, 13-12. Skillman is able to get the ball very close to the floor. See it right there, that landed in the corner. That just going to be just out of bounds. So it's 13 apiece, tied again. From my vantage point, look, it landed like right on the blue line, which should be in bounds, but I guess not. They have eyes staring directly down the line of the court. Johnson gets a hit right back to him. Good effort by Moorpark number 3. Ungen setting up a serve, or excuse me, setting up a spike by Johnson, who does just that. 14-13 Matadors. They're doing a good job of communicating, because so many times he could have just hit it over himself to a group of waiting Moorpark players. Would have made it easier for him to hit it over at high velocity, but he doesn't. And a lot of Moorpark's points have come on when times when Matadors hit it out of bounds as opposed to finding gaps on the court in the field of play. There's one they just find. That was Skillman right there. Tied once again at 14 apiece. They're waiting for a ball. No one has a ball. Morales will go and fetch one. Oh, there comes one. comes the serve from number 3 of Moorpark. Johnson, he does what he wants, but it goes off the fingertips, and Matadors find themselves trailing once again. That one spun out of bounds. The spike goes off the foot of Moorpark number 6, and it's tied once again in this game. Seeing how competitive it's been, probably will not end at 25. Ngoyen setting up once again for Thielen, but good defense by Moorpark, right at the net. 16-15. Matadors trail. That one was going out of bounds. No one from Moorpark tried to play it. 17-15. Thielen hitting up gently, trying to fool Moorpark. This time going to play aggressive. Goes and hits the ceiling. First time that's happened today. This might be the longest point there's been, and they're calling the play dead. Point, Matadors, 17-16. That fake spike doesn't fool them this time. Moorpark goes up by 2 once again. We've seen a lot of those, but they don't tend to fool the other team very often. They did this time. Comes a serve from Moorpark number 6. And again, setting it up. Thornhill hits it way out of bounds. Matadors trailed by 3 for the first time since both teams had single-digit points. That spike from 10 just didn't have the height. Bounce off the net. 19-17. Moorpark looking to get a little bit more of a groove here. So the leads have been 2 and 3 over the last couple of points. Down the stretch they come. They want to end this without having to extend it. Thornhill spikes it. Nice reflexes. That went right in the middle of a gap, right in a gap between number 6 and 16 of Moorpark, and both were just stunned as they saw it fall. They didn't even move for half a second. Interesting what happened there. Ref took a second to determine who touched it last after it hit the court. 21-18, Moorpark leads. Nice read by the Matadors and a rare mistake right at the net by Moorpark. Instead of the ball going straight up, went to the side. There's another quick point coming off a serve from Thielen. It's a 1-point game again. Finding a hole that time to tie it up was Johnson. Just 4 players making the shape of a square, but landed right in the middle. No one was prepared for that type of hit to go in that direction. Matadors fighting hard, playing till the end. They found themselves trailing early and then late again, and now they lead. A minimum of 3 more points is all that could be required to end this first matchup. If the CSUN scores the next 3. A quick timeout here. We'll be taking a quick intermission break in between the first and second matchups. It's coming up in a few minutes. Heading towards the back of the court, and the point was already awarded to Moorpark. So tied at peace at 22. Meaning that right at the net, back at the end, right at the end of that point, Thielen was in the back end. Did not anticipate the ball landing where it did. He took credit for that quickly, and that was on him. And now number 10 served it, goes right into the net. Matadors tied up by letting Moorpark make their own mistakes. If both teams score 1 more point before they let the other team score a second, this will go beyond the minimum requirement of 25 points scored. And that point goes to CSUN. Looks like, yes. Official slow to make a call. So Matadors can win round 1 with 1 more point. Back to serve is Petroni. Goes over the net. They're bouncing off the top. Guyan sets up a spike for Thielen, and Matadors win matchup number 1. Moorpark falls. They are facing elimination next round if Matadors Team A is victorious again. We'll be right back after the short intermission. Okay, so we're back for round 2 of this best of 3 matchup. Matador A team currently have a 1-0 advantage over Moorpark's A team. They found themselves trailing early, but found a rhythm down the stretch. And the teams are on opposite sides of the court. So the team on your left is now Moorpark. Keep that in mind. And the flip scoreboard on the table does not change with the team. CSUN will be on the right with red now. All right, the second matchup is underway. Oh, whistle's blown. Number 9 for Moorpark will serve. Thielen spikes it. A point Moorpark. It went just out of bounds, just beyond the blue line. Hard to tell when it's traveling fast. Two nothing Moorpark. This is how the last matchup started. They don't want it to end the same way, though. Thielen finds a gap towards the back of the court. Goyen to serve, grazing the top of the net. Seven from Moorpark will spike it, and it goes out of bounds, and Matador's tied up at 2 apiece. Or they're saying it was hit by a Matador before going out of bounds, so it's 3-1, excuse me. Good effort there by 3 of Moorpark, but no one was waiting in the gap where the ball bounced, so 3-2, Matadors trail. No serving errors so far by CSUN, but Moorpark had a few of their own. A little poor effort there by Moorpark. They just let it bounce down. The players in the back had a chance to dive underneath it. They don't. 4-3. The spike from number 18. That one landed on the court. Matador player hit it up after it bounced, so 5-3. Moorpark advantage. Point awarded to CSUN, not sure for what. Maybe it was a penalty, but didn't bounce out. The serve from Thielen soars way outside the back of the court. The 6-4 Moorpark leads. There's another bad serve as I was discussing. That one just not getting over the net at all. That's the third time today that's happened by Moorpark. So CSUN handed a couple of freebies, and that helped kick them over the top in the first matchup. Ball nearly hits the ceiling again. And I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to just let it bounce. And maybe everyone thought someone else was going to hit it, but that was a campfire, and big mistake. Matadors tied up at 6 apiece. And there is a slight chance of interference, not just from the ceiling, but also from the basketball hoop and the backboard. That spike goes out. Once again, Matadors fail to trail early here. And there's the fourth freebie that Moorpark handed Matadors. Tied at 7 apiece. And that's their biggest weakness right now. Moorpark, it's not closing those gaps that the ball is heading towards. It's not being able to get it over the net on serves. Eight, 7. Find an opening on the left side of the Matadors court. It was a serve from Moorpark, number 9. Skillman able to get it to Morales, who gets it over. Tied at 8 apiece. And comparing to the first matchup, there have been more ties throughout it. That looked like it went out. Yeah, that one, similar to the point that made Moorpark go up 3-1. It didn't look like it hit anybody. This time it didn't. Matadors will take the first lead of matchup number 2. Catches number 3 sleeping. A good spike cross country, like by Thielen, diagonally across the court. Looked like the ball wouldn't get over. And Matadors have their biggest lead so far today in this best of 3 series of 3. They've never led by more than 2 until now. The score is 11-8. And that bounces out. It looked like it was in, but it's out, and they have a 12-8 advantage. Biggest lead today. Suddenly, Moorpark finds themselves in a little bit of trouble. Opening halfway to the back line, 12-9 is the score. Aggressive bit of play there by Thielen. He gets it over, but Ngoyen was not ready. As both teams now have double digits. Moorpark trailing by 2. Poor form by Petroni. Now they only trail by 1. He meant to hit it up, but it falls to his feet, and he knows that was on him. And since trailing 12-8, Moorpark has now rallied to score 4 unanswered to tie it up. This time they're crawling back from behind and eliminating that deficit. This time they want to be able to close it out. A mistaken judgment there by Ngoyen, as had he not touched it, would have soared out, but now his team trails. 5 unanswered by Moorpark. And number 6 has been serving. And now that will probably be the last time he serves for a while. It's soared out, a bounce. Matadors, once again, do nothing, get a freebie on a serve. Tied at 13 apiece. And there's their first error on serve today, failing to clear the net. 14-13, Moorpark. Thornhill tried to spike it over, didn't quite have the height. So the opponent for CSUN's A team, should they advance, or Moorpark's A team, if they win the last 2 matchups, it's not yet determined. Number 7, Moorpark finds a gap along the right line of the court. (16-14). Hitting the ball harder over the net is not so much the goal as it is finding an opening. And we saw both teams kind of make errors on that front in the first matchup. Now Matadors trail by 3 after trailing by 4 earlier. Now Matadors' turn had that 4-point deficit. How quickly things can change. 18-14 Moorpark. And that one just bounces off the forearm of number 1 of Moorpark, point CSUN. Look, if you blink, you'll miss it, but he knows that was on him. He's going to fetch the ball. Point Moorpark, 19-15. Back to serves number 10. Oh, ball nearly just stops and balances on the net. Didn't have enough momentum going over. That is a 5-point lead. The largest lead by either team in this best-of-3 series. 20-15. Matadors are behind. number 3, Skillman. Hitting it up, but just went out of bounds. No teammate was close enough. Six-point deficit here. Matadors looking to salvage this matchup. They scored their 16th point. They still trail by 5. Want to put this away. Mount a massive comeback. Back to service, Petroni. That soars over the back line. 22-16 is the score. This looks like it could go to third matchup. The only required point total is 15. (22-17). Petroni taking his time to serve. He already made the mistake hitting it way out of bounds before. And there, a ball finally made it to the upper level. It took nearly 2 full matchups. Went over the wall of the balcony. Yeah, someone will probably fetch that. Matadors hanging on by a thread here in matchup number 2 of this best-of-3 series. And Moorpark, 1 point away from winning the second match and forcing a third. Number 3 of Moorpark will serve. Guyan sending it up. Thielen does not spike this one. Tries to find a hole, and Matadors already awarded the point. 24-18. It'll be Matadors serving for the rest of this match up. Nice reflexes by Ngoyen, but it goes out of bounds, and Moorpark will win matchup number 2. Final score 25-18. We'll have matchup number 3 coming up in just a moment. Set 3 about to begin. Matadors win first matchup 25-23. Moorpark storms back and wins set 2. Sorry, not matchup. Set 2 by 25-18. So they have more convincing victory. But the team switch sides again, and Matadors start out on top, scoring the first point the first time this entire match. Nguyen is back to serve. That one's soaring out of the back. 2-0 CSUN. Off the fingertips of Thielen. It's going back. Thornhill still keeps it alive. Bouncing to the floor. There's Moorpark's first point. Form of number 10. Didn't look like he was going to get it over, but he did. It looked like he was about to bounce straight up. Right as it fell before grazing the ceiling. Two players fake spiked it on Moorpark's side. Number 18, excuse me, from Moorpark thought he had it, just went a little off to the off to his left. Thielen lets it bounce out. They get a point, but now his poor serve. So 1 point difference again. In set 3 here. We'll go to 25, not 15. My apologies. No shorter matchup. Number 8 of Moorpark playing right at the front. And ties it up at 3 apiece. That's Moorpark's first serve that fails to go over the net of this set. CSUN's biggest lead in this match. It's been 4. They're looking to get back to that and keep it this time. And again, setting up a spike for Thornhill. That's exactly what they do. 6-3, your Matadors lead. It's the aggressive play that they need to win, but keep closing those gaps when they're unsure of the ball will go is also very important. A lot of it is guesswork, but where the opponent's body is facing can determine the direction of the ball a lot. When they change the score, it's 5-4 now, not 6-4. Or maybe they're double checking it. There's a timeout here. Make sure the scorekeeper and the officials and the players are all on the same page. There's a little bit of discussion here trying to figure out what happened. And the scorekeeper was going to talk to Moorpark's coach. And there's still no consensus. Matadors, so it is 6. Yeah, so it is 6-4. Even the scorekeeper is not sure what to do. She's holding that flap, trying to make it. Should I put it back to 5 or not? They don't know what's going on. Okay, so the score is 6-3. Looks like they'll be final because there's about to be another serve from Skillman. No, it's going to be 6-4 again. And we're not changing the score here until there's an official word, so that's why the scoreboard you see on your screen does not match what I'm saying. Okay, play resumes. It is 6-4. Matadors have a 2-point lead. Flores unable to get it over. It goes off the tip of his closed fist. And not enough bounce. 6-5. Moorpark getting close to eliminating that deficit. That bounces out. It's tied apiece at 6. Tied at 6 apiece. Speaking of number 6, speaking of the number 6, number 6 of Moorpark just served. That'll be Moorpark's first lead of set 3. That fails to go over. That's the 8th time there's been a poor serve this matchup by Moorpark Team A. They just handed 8 points to CSUN's Team A over these 3 sets. Comes a serve from Petroni, excuse me. Went off the tip of Flores' hands right there. Point Matadors, number 9 playing right in front of the net. Got off his hands, but it went off to the side to his left. No one there to play it. It's tied at 8 apiece now. Finding a gap right there. Moorpark takes the lead again. Heelan spikes it over, quickly sent back, but just out of bounds, and as he ducks, as he goes to the floor after jumping. Good awareness. Heelan thought he had an opening in the back corner. It bounces out just barely. You saw Moorpark cheer. It's going to be 10-9. Or what are they saying? And something's wrong with the score. She didn't put it up quickly, but they're saying it's 11-9. Yeah, 11-9 CSUN. Sorry, I can only go as quick as the scoreboard operator. That's 11-10. Sometimes with those very quick plays, whether it grazes off someone's hand or not, or if it barely bounces out of bounds, it's tough to see. From our vantage point, we're staring right ahead, right down the court, we would know immediately. Moorpark ties it up at 11, a spike from number 6 towards the back. Catch the Matadors sleeping. That one bounced out of bounds, but before that happened, number 18 of Moorpark got his fingertips on it, so that point will go towards your Matadors. Great deflection by Morales. Moorpark wasn't expecting that. The entire back was unguarded. (13-12). The first serve from CSUN coming from the left side. Usually that's only done by lefties, but Andrew Flores is a righty. He does it from that side anyway. Ball bounces off Ngoyan's arms, it goes out of bounds. I don't think he was prepared for it. Thornhill hits that out of bounds. Number 7 on Moorpark just lets it soar. Good eye there. Tied at 14 apiece. Oh. Velocity off that hit. Probably the fastest of the day. Thornhill, he thought he had a surefire point there. Bounce off the court, but Moorpark was ready. Still didn't get over the net. Great effort there. That one was going to soar out of bounds, but number 9 grazed off his hand. Point will be awarded to Matadors instead. Right away you're seeing the Matadors kind of take advantage of those mistakes in any way they can. Seeing that they have quick reflexes, but they don't hold their hands properly to get the ball up for a teammate to assist them. 16-15. CSUN still leads. Of course, there's some errors of the other team makes that the opponent can't capitalize on, and that's just those serves that don't go over the net. You just got to let them happen. You're happy they do. I'm surprised that that ball stayed in play because it looked like it was going over the wall, the balcony. Bounced right on the blue line. Matadors will take a 2-point lead once again, 17-15. And this is an elimination set number 3. Those are the mistakes that can come back to cost the team that loses. Those serves just do not go over. The culprit that time, Petroni. And there's a serve from number 3. Just bounces out. Back-to-back errors on serves. Ball fails to clear the net there. It's tied at 18 apiece. No, excuse me, no, Matadors lead 18-17. My apologies, I lost track. Here they go. Matadors looking for a slow start, but they have a quick finish right there. Morales looks like just a little passed it over the net very gently and caught Moorpark sleeping. 19-17 is the score. Taking it, diving for it. Effort there by Petroni amounts to nothing, but he gave it his all. Bounced off his arm, didn't get enough height. This game's going to be coming down to the wire. Thornhill spikes, but there was number 16 on Moorpark ready. And it's tied at piece once again, tied at 19 apiece once again. Earlier in the match, we were seeing Thornhill make those over the net. Those high velocity spikes, but now Moorpark not falling for it. There's a serve that soars out of the back of the court. And 21-19, Matadors 4 points away from Team A advancing onto the next round. There's 22-19. Down the final stretch, the Matadors come out ahead of Moorpark. Moorpark looked like they had a couple of points there. Their players were about to cheer, but then they saw it bounce out and bounce on their side. 22-20. Goes off the chest of Flores. He didn't intend for that to happen, but the same result regardless. 6 looking to spike it, didn't. Oh, and they're hitting it back, and Thielen has to get it over the net from the back of the court. He does. Oh, there he goes once again. Thielen setting it up, but it hits the back of the backboard. It still goes over. Great effort by Nguyen, and it bounces on the court, and Flores just didn't have the reaction time for it. And now Matadors only lead by 1. Anytime you can, anytime you hit off the backboard right above you, the basketball, and it still goes over, A+ effort. And Thornhill's, there's once again a Thornhill spike that they were ready for, and it's tied at 22 apiece, and that current strategy is not working. Faking it and just lobbing it over their heads into open space will be a better strategy as of right now. Petroni hits it out of bounds, and they've given up 4 straight points, and now Matadors Team A trail down the stretch. And Matador's tied up 23 apiece. Exactly how matchup 1 ended. We could have the same final score with either the same team winning. There's the first set, not matchup, sorry, or the other team. Goes up, nearly hits the basketball backboard again. Finding open space in the back of the court, but Ngoyen reaches his hand up, stops it from going there. Going way out. Petroni lobs it over. Number 3 of Moorpark. Dinksey hits it up for another teammate to come in and assist, but it goes way out of bounds over the chairs on the sideline. Matadors just need 1 more point, and Team A will advance. Here could be the deciding point. And we will go into extra points. It's tied at 24 apiece. The winning team must win by 2. We will not have the same final score as set 1. Once again, elimination point coming up. Matadors can win. And Skillman will serve what could be the final time of this matchup. And Matadors Team A will advance. They win final score 26-24. They take games 1 and 3. They find themselves trailing by 4. They come back. That's the fight they have. That was the end of this matchup. Matadors Team A advance. Moorpark Team A heads home. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back for CSUN Team B versus Claremont pretty soon.